So today's video, we're gonna go over some of my techniques to just create better drums. It's gonna go for mixing, how I put them in buses, what plugins I use, etc. So with that all being said, let's get into today's video. This is the loop that I just made really quick. It's nothing crazy, but it's gonna get the job done. So when I'm working with drums, lately I've been creating drums first, but when I first do drums, I usually like to set this up. Every DAW is different, of course, but I just like to do it in this order. This is the way I was taught in college. So the hi-hat is always going first, my snare is second, clap, and then so open hats first because it's on the top. I'm going from frequency down. So we got open hats, the hi-hat, snare, clap, 808s and kicks would be down here with like subs and stuff. Just like it just helps you stay organized with your drums so that you know once you copy and paste them for the total beat, you already can know what layer is what. So another thing that I try to help with other beginner music producers is just spacing. So with this hi-hat, I'm gonna play this. So there's a key drop right here, and then there's just space right here. Adding more space and more pauses create more bounce. Obviously, if you're making like an Osama type beat or any of those really fast, like newer underground beats, they're just gonna be 16th roll hi-hats, but even those you have to change your velocity. I know in FL you could just change your velocity right here, but here in Logic we have to go to function, MIDI transform, fix velocity. But just velocity in general is a key. Snares as well, I like for my rolls, my snare hat rolls, I just play with the velocity, add more bounce right here, velocity. When I first started making beats, I didn't let the beat breathe. So it's going in 4 bars. You just gotta let the beat breathe. Then I've been keeping my 808s real simple, as you can see right here. I mean, it's pretty darn simple. And then always, this is a signature of mine that I like to do, is I like to just throw in some different percussion right here. This is a percussion loop, I guess, one shot. It's just got some delay on it. It just adds something different. After that, I throw it into a drum bus. So this is my total drum bus right here. You can do this in FL as well, Ableton as well. You just create a bus. So then you could affect the overall processing right here. This is what this is, and you just don't want your 808 or your subs because we're gonna experiment with this. So you can also mix this like one by one, but if you want to throw something on the entire bus, the whole drum bus, I would do it here just by creating a little folder. So one thing I've been doing, I mean, you guys already know what's coming, is the Looperator. Looperator is amazing. I got my own Vertigo bank right here. So even just that can create an entirely different vibe. Don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to throw crazy stuff on your beats. Like, it doesn't have to be you guys don't have to make type beats. You can make type beats, but in your style. So let's just turn down this Looperator really quick. Let's turn down the mix. Okay, so that's sounding good. So then now what I like to do is I like to add some type of, well, yeah, I like to throw some type of a saturation plugin first. Lately, I've just been using Thermal. Thermal's been great, like a total drum saturation, pretty much everything. But I like to do like either simple, like a quick little shaper. Turn down a drive. Just the soft clipper in general just adds so much. Just before, after. I love the soft clipper on this. Even on my bank, I have some stuff. It's like a drum bouncer. Added right here, like the higher you get, the more filtered you get. But just that in general. So here we go. So that's that. And then when it comes to just like panning stuff, so let's say we get this clap right here, right? So what we can do is I throw on that Brower. Brower Motion is a great plugin to just add some stereo spreading, panning. Just makes it a little bit more interesting. I know some of you guys are gonna say like, oh, you're mixing too much, you're throwing too much on it. Look guys, this doesn't have to be for every single beat. You can completely do whatever you want. That's the beauty of music production. And I've been finding myself having so much fun just throwing plugins on and seeing what they do, seeing what they, you know, what sound they create. I mean, you can do it with, you can do any of these processing to your 808s, to your melodies. I'm gonna show you what I do with my 808s as well. So this is obviously a 808 that I purchased from a drum kit. But there is, you can still throw thermal on here and see what you get. So I'm gonna take away this. I'm actually not a fan of this clap. Let's get rid of this clap. Kind of like that one. It's kind of cool. So then I'm here, and then what I usually do to, once I'm already set, I like to do a little bit of mastering here. This is once the beat's like totally done. Turn this maximizer, leave that on. I'll do imager and exciter. So now I'll throw this on right here. This is also like if I'm creating drum loops, what you guys can get in some of my kits. So I'll do the imager first. We obviously want this to turn on sterilize, drop this to 6, and then for my highs, I like to drop this down as well. This is like a super old, there's floating around a super old tutorial of like how to mix drums, master drums, from Producer Grind. It's probably still out there, but this is how I learned to master my drums. This is not like anything crazy, but just to add a little bit more flair to your drum. Right now I'm gonna try to push this highs to right down the center. You can also add more to the highs right here. Boost this all the way up. You'll see how it sounds. Add a compressor, or dynamics, I'm sorry. And then we just want to turn down. Try this RMS mode. Two to one's always good. Just kind of controls all the craziness, especially when you just add so much. Like if you're having fun, you're just like, hey, I'm just throwing a bunch of plugins on my drums to see what it does. It is going to add some craziness, so you're going to want to add some type of dynamic compression to kind of slow down all those crazy transients. Always turn this adaptive release on, and then that's fine. You like I said, you can compress however you want. And then once we get to these highs, I like to just bring up this band a little bit. Like all the way. Has like way too much high end. Even like, I try to stay within 2 dB. Again, you can just squash this as much as you want. Here the release needs to be. And gain match, so you aren't like persuaded by the added volume. And then this is before. And then with. Just sounds more controlled, you know. So that's going to be the video, everybody. Thanks for clicking on this one. Hope you guys learned something. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys want more of these like mixing tutorials or what audio effects I am using. Let me know that in the comments section down below. Until tomorrow, I'll catch you guys with a fresh new video. Peace out.